What is up, y'all? Welcome and welcome back to Little Family of Mine. If you are new here, you are now part of the family. So without further ado, let's jump into this video. So you guys, as y'all know, that this is a testimony on how God had me move to Indiana. So basically, my move out date was on November 18th, which was a Friday. It's currently Sunday right now. Sunday the 20th. So I'm gonna start back from the beginning on how I knew that I was gonna move. I actually wanted to move from my hometown because I was already coming out of a horrible place, and like God found me, and that's why I began to try to give my life to the Lord, and to uh follow the Lord the best that I can, and to obey Him the best that I can. So that's where it all started. I basically was just like, I'm ready for fresh beginnings, a new start, because when you get into the Word of God, and when you're being acknowledged by God and you acknowledge God, it makes you want to change everything about yourself, plus your environment. So I wanted to change my environment, and I felt it was a great thing to just move to a new area where I didn't know anybody, but I can experience new things. So that's where it all started at. God. I'm not surprised, because He is the beginning and the end. I'm be real, this is a very deep testimony. It's very true. And everything that I'm going to be saying will be nothing but facts. And this is an encouragement for people who may be in my situation or maybe going through worse. We all have the enemy on our back, let's just say that. The ones who's trying to make it. And it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight to the very end. God gave me that through the Word and His peace and His love. And it just made me want to change. And if you're following God right now, then you know how that feels. You know the great love that weighs over you, that God has for you. So, you feel how I feel. So I was just ready to move. But when it came to me getting ready to move, I was so eager that I said I'm ready to put everything behind me. Around that time, I began to procrastinate on me moving completely, even though I said that I was ready for me to move and leave everything behind me. But I could tell what the enemy was trying to do right then and there. He tried to practically make me, trap me in my hometown and keep me where I was, so I can continue to do what I was doing before I had gave my life over to Christ. And that's all just a trap to have you keep doing the same thing and have you keep going in circles, and you'll never change, and you never get a experience somewhere else. He did not want me to be cleansed from everything that I was dealing with from the inside out to where I was living, or anything, because the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy, and that's just bottom line. I found myself procrastinating on that, and it led me to start looking for a different place. And this time I was trying to look for a place in Madison. My grandma reached out to me. I wanted to, like a couple of years ago, I wanted to really go to Madison College, because they had like a dual program where you could finish high school and get college credits as well. So I really wanted to do that. And from my life situation, I didn't finish high school because I ended up having a child by a molester. My grandma, she reached out to me and she said, it's this YWCA apartments here that you could go to, and then that's when you could start back school and get yourself on track. by this time I had my son. Um, and it's a 1 bedroom apartment for if you only have one kid, and then there's 2 bedroom apartment for if you have 2 kids. So basically I was enrolling for the 1 bedroom apartment, and everything went very well until I found out I was pregnant again. So I'm currently pregnant now. They said I'm no longer eligible for that 1 bedroom, but they'll put me on a waiting list again for me to get into the 2 bedroom. So, in the process of me waiting for the 2 bedroom, my mom, she was moving out. She was finally getting her a new place, buying her first home and stuff like that for the first time, and I was really happy for her and stuff like that. And she wasn't expecting me to come stay with her, which I understood because it was a fresh start for her. She's beginning to get married soon, and I just have high hopes for her, and I trust me, I was really happy for her and stuff like that. So I didn't want to be in the way anyway. So when she told me that she wasn't expected for me to be there, I understood because I knew it was fresh starts, new beginning. I want her to enjoy it. So I understood that. So I didn't have no choice but to go back to my baby daddy's house. And that's when I started getting attacked like crazy. I was just sick all the time because of my pregnancy, but I also feel like I was getting attacked as well. Spiritually, it was just horrible. It was like you can feel just negative energies there. It was just very negative, and it was just where I did not want to be. But I prayed while I can, and I was getting very low, and that's when the enemy felt like he could really attack me because I was more vulnerable because I'm pregnant, and you go through the emotional issues and all that stuff. But I would be at his house pretty much every day because and all the time because he'll be at work and I'll help him and things like that, and I had to take care of my son as well. So the one time that I did leave, I went to my mom's house because I was really missing her. And then I got a chance to see her whole house and everything, which is beautiful. Um, so then I remember praying to the Lord. I said, Lord, I didn't want to come. I didn't want to go to his house in the first place. I said, Lord, I didn't want to go to his house from the first place. I don't care where I go. I just pray that I leave. I don't want to be there because it was just so many negative energies. It was just demonic spiritual attacks, and it felt like demons were surrounding me everywhere. So I just didn't feel comfortable there, and I prayed to the Lord. And that very hour, that same day, I went. I tried to go. Yeah. I tried to go home to his house, and basically he told me. He said, "I don't think me and you are going to work out. Like me and you not gonna be able to be here. Like you're not gonna be here with me anymore, and stuff like that." So I was like, okay, that's the first thing I said. I said okay. I had also forgot to talk about the part how I knew that I was going to end up leaving. I had actually got confirmation that I was going to leave, like way before I had left. That was just the start of me originally planning to leave, but then I had got confirmation that I was going to leave, and I really wanted my friend Jania to come with me, but I got confirmation that I was going to be leaving, and I was going to leave by myself, not with her or anybody else was going to come with me. So that's how I knew that I was going to leave. I just didn't know what time and date I was going to leave. So that's when everything kind of fell in place. Because I knew that was God, but at the same time, I was kind of like mad because he actually kicked me out the house when I was pregnant with my firstborn as well. He kicked me out the house and things of that sort, and I had to go stay with somebody else. So I basically been homeless, in and out, like didn't have nowhere to go, very unstable with a newborn child. And he kicked me out, and then he kicked me out again. So it was like twice in a row. Crazy. But I knew that that was God's plan because I prayed to him and God made it happen. So in the process, I'm thinking like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll call my mom, let her know everything. And, he said it's because of, he seen me at a dude house or whatever the case may be. And, the whole point of me living there was just for me to have a place until I had got my own place, just have a roof over our head because, that is also his child. So I was asking him, can I stay under his roof just until I basically found a place. It just didn't go well at all. I was super sick all the time, and I'm be completely real. I did not, clean up as much. I tried to clean up as much as possible while I was there, but I did not clean up as much. But I would help out with food and stuff that I could help out with. But I didn't clean up as much because I was super sick. Every time I moved around, I was throwing up. But the whole point of me for staying there was just to have a roof over our head. But he expected us to be in a relationship. He couldn't get that through his head that we were done, and he just he felt how he felt about it. Coming from a narcissist, he's a narcissist. Well, I stayed one more night. I didn't know what I was gonna do, so I dropped everything, and I said, Lord, take my hand, please take my hand and guide me, because I don't know what to do. That's what I said. I said, I don't know what to do. I seen myself about to start looking up stuff on what I should do, and I was like, I literally said this to myself. I said, why am I doing this if I gave it to the Lord? So I put my stuff back down, and then eventually I went to sleep. I sent a text message, and I'm going to post the text message up that I had sent. It's about my testimony as well, another testimony of mine of when I first met my baby's father. And around that time, this is a little testimony. I mean, a summary of the. He was actually my friend's dad. So, a friend that I went to school with, that was actually her dad. And I got into a little misunderstanding with my mom, and I asked, can I stay there? Because I didn't want to be at home because of a few words that were said. So I was like, why should I be here if I'm not wanted to be here? And then I asked, can I stay there? And I was only there for one night. And basically, I didn't know that he allowed his kids to drink and smoke. So his kids was drinking and smoking. And I was 17 at this time. I was 17. And I was just like, I thought it was a free-for-all, really, to be honest with you. I'm like, dang, we can do whatever we want. And then, one thing led to another. We drinking. And then that's when his daughter throwing up, I'm throwing up, and then that's when next thing you know, I'm getting taken upstairs to his bedroom, and then that's when I'm like, how when you drunk and you open your eyes a little bit, it be like, but you fall back to sleep. As soon as I got on the bed, I passed out, and then that's when little blurs in my eyes. What I did remember when my eyes was blurring, that he was eating me out. And I was just like, I just went back to sleep because, I'm drunk as I don't know what. And then, basically I woke up. It was morning time. He was gone. And that's when all his daughters storming upstairs, asking me why I'm in their dad's bed. And I'm like, you know, I'm trying to, really, to be honest with you, I didn't have no words to say, because I was just speechless. I didn't know what to say, you know, like, it was just weird. It was a very weird, awkward moment. That's just a little summary. Basically, after he kicked me out, I didn't know what to do. I gave it to the Lord. And then I forgot that I sent that text message to my grandpa, right? And I sent it to a few other people as well. My grandpa, he called, and I forgot he was in my hometown at the time, taking care of some things down there. And he asked me, he said, "Are you okay?" and stuff like that. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm just frustrated. Actually, I said, no, I'm frustrated right now. It's just a lot going on. He just kicked me out the house. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go." And then, what about bang, bang, bam? Right then and there, my grandpa said, "Well, you know, I'm still here in your hometown and stuff like that." And that's when he was like, "So you could come back with me. Just pack your stuff up in the car." And he said, "Just have him pack your stuff up in the car, and then we'll be leaving on Friday." Almost all of my stuff fit in the car. Literally all of my stuff and all of my son's stuff in the car. It was just only a real little bit of stuff that couldn't fit in the car. That's a little bit of stuff that had stayed there, but you know, my mom said she was gonna replace it for me. Because she didn't want to go there either, or she was gonna cuss him out. But yeah, my grandpa came and get me. I drove the car, following him. I went to my uncle's house, and on Wednesday, I went to my doctor's appointment, and I took my friend Jania. I left Friday. I literally left Friday, and it was a long drive here until I finally made it here in Indiana. So that is how it started and everything that happened, all the way down to me actually being able to get here. But like I said from the beginning, I felt like it was definitely a trap of the enemy to try to keep me here, because I was supposed to leave originally. But the only reason why I left is because I remembered that my grandpa said that he was in my hometown at the time, and I was about on the verge of getting kicked out the house, and you know, a whole bunch of stuff, you know. So, you know, this video is really to glorify the Lord and encourage you guys. You know, one of my encouragements I have here is, no matter how bad the situation looks, always have faith in God. He will bring you through it. And he definitely had brought me through it. And that's my testimony on how God brought me through the situation that I was in. And it was truly God, because I prayed about everything that came to life. And this is not the only time that I prayed about something that came to life. So, you know, I just pray a lot of people really look up to the Lord and really trust in him and really have that faith. Because as small as a mustard seed, you can move mountains. You really can. So I really just encourage everybody to be loyal to our God and, you know, try your best. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. And it's going to get harder because you got an enemy on your back, and everything not going to be easy. Don't let these people fool you to think that things going to be easy. It's going to get tougher because you're in a war. You're in a battle. This is a battlefield. It's going to get hard. And I did not have my best days. I made promises I couldn't keep. All types of stuff. The Lord is still here for me. He still have mercy. He still have grace on me. And he still love me wholeheartedly. And I'm grateful and thankful to the Lord for that. I don't even want to be on here crying, but I'll be real. These tears ain't coming from nowhere. They coming from a place of love, and that's God shit. God, he poured down on me in my worst times and in my best times. You gotta remember, it's not gonna be always good. It's not gonna be always peachy. It's not gonna be always creamy. It's gonna be a little rocky. The waves gonna come in. You might get flooded a little bit, but you're gonna have to start swimming out them waves. You're just gonna have to do it. But what just reminded me, Peter. When Peter took his eyes off of Jesus, and then he started to sink. Keep your eyes on the Lord. And I'm telling you, you're gonna get through, and He's gonna bring you through. And that's my real life encouragement. That's my testimony on how I made it to Indianapolis, here today. And stay tuned for some new videos and stuff like that. And I pray this encourage people to follow the Lord, or to just encourage y'all through y'all difficult times as well. No matter what you need to do, you need to move, you need therapy, you need to seek the Lord. Everybody needs to seek the Lord, because we all need the healing. But that's a king up there, a real true king. A real true king. Indeed, he is, because he done brought me out. I know I got more to go through, because I'm only 19. But I'm telling you, he'll do it for you. But I hope you guys stay tuned for the next videos. I really want to thank y'all for even clicking on this video, and like it up, comment, all that y'all need. And love y'all.